Hey, how y'all doing out there in YouTube land? This is Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. Well, we got one. Just came in today. Today is Thursday, September 22nd. Just came in today. Here we go. Doing the unboxing. This is one of my new favorites. My 8020S. That was refurbished by John Demko. It was an eBay purchase. Got a great deal on it, but it had some up and down blade play. Just a little bit though. And one of the screws wasn't the right screw, or the right length of screw anyway. Contacted John. He told me to send it to him. Originally had yellow Griv-Ex scales, now it has orange G10 scales, thanks to John Demko. And here we go. This is coming from Midway, USA. Midway, USA. And this is for Wellington Blackwell. I told him I was going to get one. Up to his suggestion. And this is one of the ones I was sort of putting on because, to be honest, the blade steel. And the price was way too high. It was way too high. But Wellington Blackwell, he let me know in the comments that these were on sale, and they were like 44 to something % off, and it was only $79. $79. Before these were like 140, 150 bucks. And I think that's too much to be spending for 40, German corrupt 4034 stainless steel. Because 4034 is not even, to me, as good as 4116 or 4116, German corrupt stainless steel. But I couldn't resist this. This is a 12-inch blade. And I don't know if you guys know a lot about the stainless steels, but usually the lower grade stainless steels are usually okay for longer blades. Because the lower grade stainless steels are usually the tougher stainless steels, and they have a lower temper on them, usually like a spring temper or something like that. And they can usually handle impacts better than, let's say, a modern CPM Super Duty, super stainless steel that's got like a 59 to 61 Rockwell or something like that, or maybe even higher. That would hold a great edge, but it might be prone to snapping. So sometimes, like when you get these longer blades. And I've always been told never to go over 12 inches with a stainless steel blade. And you got to be careful about what they're made of. You don't want to get a steel that's a brittle steel. You don't really want a high performance steel. You want like an ingot steel. Like, I don't know, something like, Oz 8 or Oz 10 or, I don't know, probably one of the better ones was like a 154 CM, might probably be okay too. But I would, I'd go with like something like Oz 8 or Oz 10 for a long blade. Why? Because, well, number one, I don't know too much about the Oz 10. I haven't seen too much done with that, but I know the Oz 8 is strong. And why do I know that? Go look at all the old cold steel tests. Look at all the old tortured things that people used to put them things through. And you'll see why I'm saying that. Oz 8 will roll the edge. Oz 8 it doesn't hold an edge supremely well or whatever, but it is a tough stainless steel. Oh, look at that. Woo! I got this to be a home defense knife. That's the only reason why I really bought this, is just to be a home defense knife. Oh man, this is sweet. You know what though? Is it straight? Let me see something. Okay. It must be my eyes. I thought I was seeing like a little slight bend or whatever, but it's straight. That's what happens when you get older, people. It's okay. All right. Let's see what the sheath is like. Let's see if it clicks in or it doesn't fit very well. Ooh, that fits nice. Lots of times the sheaths don't do that. You know, they don't click in with the cold steel sheaths. Sometimes they work really well and sometimes they don't. It's sort of like hit and miss sometimes. But just about every sheath that I have, you know, works right, but I've had a few that don't work super well. A lot of times they'll come on the really nice knives too. It doesn't have to be the budget models. It could be like the Magnum series. I have one that doesn't fit super well. I think it's for the 7.5-inch one. That's a nice package, people. 80 bucks. Nice, strong, full tang. 4034. This is not a super duper edge holding steel, but it is known for being tough. And tough is what you want in a self-defense knife. If you swing this thing at something when somebody's trying to invade you and break into your home or whatever, and you grab this and you swing and they duck and they miss and you hit a wall or something, you don't want the blade to snap. You want to be able to pull it out the wall and get ready for more combat. I'm being silly now, people. But I'm going to pull all this up. This one's staying out. I like it. I like it. Let's talk about it. I like it. I think it's a good deal for 80 bucks. Here we go here. You might want to go to Midway if you're interested. I don't know how long they're going to have the sale or whatever. I don't know if the sale's still going on. The specs. I just received it today, or ordered it when Wellington told me about it. Steel, 4034 stainless steel, weight 15.5 ounces. Blade length, 12 inches. Overall length, 17 inches. That means you got a 5-inch handle. Blade thickness, 5 millimeter. Perfect. Perfect for a big blade, 5 millimeter. Because like if you go over that, it starts to get too heavy for a blade. When you go under that, especially for a stainless steel blade, it might start to get too thin. For a stainless steel blade this long, I would want at least 5 millimeter thickness, 5 or 6 millimeters, maybe even 7 millimeters. The 7 millimeter knife this long would be extremely heavy. It would be strong though, it'd be a tank, but it'd be extremely heavy. I think 5 millimeters is probably the right weight for this. One thing I'm noticing so far though is the handle's kind of slippery. It feels like it needs like skateboard tape or something on it. Absolutely beautiful, people. Warcraft. The new Warcraft. And they also make them in San May, but the San May ones were $199. This one was 80 bucks. And my purpose for this one was to be a home defense knife. Home defense knife doesn't need to be San May. San May would probably be a better choice though, because with San May you got VG10 for your center core. You know, for modern San May that they're using now. It used to be VG1, now it's VG10. VG10 for your center core, and you have 420J stainless steel. And I've heard Dennis Thompson say that himself. 420J, that's what they use. 420J stainless steel. 420J is Japanese 420. It's not American 420HC. It's Japanese 420, which is known to be extremely rust resistant, extremely tough, but extremely bad for edge holding. But that makes sense that they would put it on the outer side, because that'd be able to absorb impact. And that's the whole reason why they do that, because the VG10 is a more brittle steel. It's more, you know, designed for edge holding. And so that's the reason why they do that. And that makes sense for a big, long stainless steel blade. A San May, I know it's San Mai, I always say San May, I'm sorry about that. San Mai. A San Mai blade is always a better blade for a long stainless steel blade. Preferably for a long blade, you always want to have a carbon steel blade, like at least like a 5160 or something like that, or a or 1060, 1065, 1070, 1075, 1080, 1085, 1090. That's mine. 1095 is mine. I like the 1095s. And most of my big blades are 1095. But any of those steels is great for a longer blade. You don't want a steel that's going to be brittle, and you don't want it to be tempered to a high temper. You want it to be tempered to a spring temper, because you want it to be able to absorb impacts. That's the whole thing. With this one, I think I'm going to have to find some grip tape or something for this, because this handle feels like this knife feels like it needs a lanyard too, because it feels like if you got the chop in it too fast, it could fly out your hand because of the way the handle's shaped. That's one thing I like about the Spartan that I found out about the Spartan that I've been carrying lately, the Lindsey Thompson one, is that the handle shape, it really holds your hand. And so like in a combat situation, that might be a really great knife. I really like the Stonewashed on this one. .40-34 German stainless steel, corrupt German stainless steel. It's not known for being a great edge holding knife. I mean, edge holding steel. You can get steel, but it is known for being strong. Let's see how the edge is on this. It's sharp. That's real sharp for a big blade. Usually big blades aren't that sharp. It's sharp all the way along the entire edge too. So whoever sharpened it did a good job. How long will it hold the edge? I don't know. And when you if you get one of these knives, put it in this sheet, make sure you run the spine along the top here so you don't run the edge along the glass filled polymer or the polymer, because this has glass in it and it'll dull the edge. So when you put these in, you always want to make sure that you're rubbing the spine along the top of the blade, because when you do that, you're about a quarter of an inch away from the possibility of rubbing the edge when you put it in. It's quiet too. You know what? This is a great apocalypse knife. A zombie knife. This is awesome. I might want to get another one. I like to play Skyrim. You guys like to play Skyrim? And video games and things like that. And you get to have all these different kind of knives and swords. That's what this sword makes me think about. Makes me think about the knives and swords that you can have in Skyrim. Sort of like a Tanto or the Wakashi, or what they call them. I can't say that word. It starts with a W. The ones that's bigger than a Tanto. That's beautiful though. It's actually a really beautiful hollow ground blade. And the grind's even on it. And they did a good job of sharpening it. I'm sitting here looking at everything. I'm looking for flaws. I can't find any. I like the way it's got the nice big exposed tang. Even though I do like the way the Creighton handles feel. The Creighton handles feel, grippy enough where you don't feel like you need a lanyard. This feels like it needs a lanyard. I wonder if anybody's gonna make custom handles for this. Because these handles, you can unscrew them and take them off. So that means you can put custom handles on it. That would be tight on this one. I might have to get another one of these. I really like this knife. This is not a camp knife. This is a home defense knife. And so you don't need super steel. You don't need, 3V or 1095 or anything that, is going to be super strong and tough and hold an edge or anything like that. Be easy to resharpen in the field or whatever. This would be easy to resharpen because it's not a, super edge holding knife. But this would be great for home defense. That's all you need for a home defense knife. I know if a burglar broke into your house and you came out with this and your pistol or your firearm, I think they're going to turn around. If they have any brains in here, they say, hell no. That is a badass blade. I like it. I like it, people. I like it. Wellington Blackwell, thank you, buddy. I would have never bought it if you wouldn't have told me about it, buddy. I'm being honest. I wouldn't have bought it. Because I sort of turned off at the 434 and what they were at, the prices that they were asking for these knives. But this one is a bargain. At $80, this is a badass blade for 80 bucks. I think it's probably maybe the most badass blade you can get for 80 bucks. Maybe one of the most badass blades that you can get for 80 bucks. It doesn't have a super steel. It has a budget. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it what it is. It's like a budget steel, and it's it's a lower grade steel. But lower grade stainless steels, I'm telling y'all, are probably the best steels for a longer blade. If you're gonna have a long blade, a stainless steel blade that's long. You don't want a high-end, highly tempered stainless steel. You don't want something like that with a high temper on it. It's really designed just to be a great edge-holding stainless steel. That's going to snap on you as soon as you hit something hard with it. Hit something hard, like right in the middle of the blade. All you got to do is watch the what's the show? Forge and Fire. Look what happens to blades when they're not, when they're not using the right steel or things aren't right. Blades will snap. This looks tough though, and it has a real nice heavy-duty feel too. It just needs different grips. I want different grips for it. I like the sheath. I like it. I like the whole package except for the handle grips. And the handle grips will be okay if you put some like a grip tape on them, like Parabind 101 always does. He always likes to put grip tape on his. I think this would be an ideal handle for that. If you want to do something the least expensive way, put some skateboard tape on it. Me, I'm going to wait and see if somebody makes some handles for these. Because I like to have some micarta handles. I like micarta. I think micarta handles on this knife would be awesome. Micarta or G10. Either one. All right, people. Oh, I love the way it goes into the sheath, too. All right, this one's going at my bedside. Well, one thing I wanted to do, I forgot to pull out some other knives I want to compare it to. How we doing on the battery over there? Battery looks okay. Okay. I'm set the sheaths on the floor. The sheath's pretty much all the same thing when you're talking cold steel knives. Nothing's really different. Just different sizes. This is my other 12-inch knife. I got two of these. These are my Sam May ones. And these are my home defense knives too. I must admit though, this one feels better. But it's also a lot more expensive. This is a premium cold steel knife. This one's a budget cold steel knife. The premium one does feel premium. This one feels like a fighter because it feels more balanced and feels like it's fast in my hand. Feels like I can get busy with it. And the grip on this is awesome. It's nothing short of awesome. Sort of like the holdout grip, where it gets bigger going this way and smaller that way. So when you're holding it, you can't go forward on it. And the grip on it with the rubber Creighton grip, I love that grip. I mean, if you want a high performance knife, and if you are going to really use it for self-defense or something like that, that's one of the reasons why you're getting it for. I like these Creighton grips. I like it a lot better than something like this, because this feels slippery. This feels grippy. But this costs, 3 or 4 times more than this. And you got the same length. And this is a Warcraft knife too. This feels like a Warcraft. Even though the Warcrafts had saber ground blades, this one has a hollow ground, a saber hollow ground blade. I don't know how, but instead of having the flat grind from this part of the flat of the blade down to the edge, it's got a hollow grind, which is cool because That's what cold steel is famous for. Cold steel is famous for making the American Tanto. The first ones I remember had the hollow grind with the flat ground tip. And that's why I like for, like these knives, because then you can have a really nice edge on them. You can put like a really nice edge as opposed to like when you use a saber ground. But the thing that's cool about the saber ground, because the Magnum Tantos, the other ones I have, the Nightfall series, the black ones, the DLC coated ones, they have a saber ground blade, a saber ground 3V blade. And I know Lindsey Thompson probably made it like that because he wanted to make that one super tough. But this one's probably the cutter right here. But the 3V one's probably the tough one though, the toughest one. All right, let's get to, let me see what else I got out here to compare. Another one of my home defense knives. This is my Recon. 5mm thick. I think all these are 5mm thick. I think they're all 5mm thick. You guys seen this. Absolutely love my Recon. And the other one that you've seen in action, we went and split some wood one day. This is my other Warcraft. This is my Italian Warcraft, 3V Warcraft. Absolutely love this one too. And the handles on the Warcrafts are a lot different from the new ones to the old ones. And like I said, this one had a flat ground blade. I mean, a saber flat ground blade. Is that right? That's a good way to describe it. This one has like a saber hollow ground blade. That's the difference. And let me see what else we got here. And one of my favorite budget home defense knives, not folders, fixed blades. This is a German 4116 corrupt stainless steel. I forget what the name of the model is. And hold on. Oh, Tanto-Lite. It's just called a Tanto-Lite. Oh, we got Juno over here joining us. This one has a custom Kydex sheath. You gotta get down, sweetie. These are sharp blades. You wanna say hi to everybody? You wanna say hi to everybody? Huh? Yes, my girl. Yes, my girl. Yes, my sweetie. Okay. Come in. Oh, you don't want to get down. You don't want to get down. Okay. I'm going to have to put you down, sweetie. There you go. Okay. This one has a Kydex sheath. I got it off of eBay from one of the Kydex sheath makers. I can't remember which one it was. It was a long time ago. Because I don't like the sheaths that these come with. But I do like the knife. And I think this is a 3.5mm thick blade. Nice and lightweight. And the other one that I have, I forgot to bring out here, that I like, is my Koban. But as you can see, most of them are Tantos. All of them are Tantos, huh? I guess you could tell I like Tantos for real fighting knives. Because this is meant to be home defense, home defense, home defense, home defense. None of these are safe queens. All of these are knives that stay out. Kind of nutty, huh? I got too many knives, huh? I'll probably put this one in the safe now, though, because this one's worth a lot. And for my home defense knives, I try not to get the most expensive knives in case they get damaged or whatever. And they'll be sitting out in the elements, and they get dirty and all that kind of stuff. But this one, this one should be, apocalypse knife, or say for if the blade hits the fan. This is really a sword. This is like a short sword. It's a very well balanced knife. It feels like I can wield it extremely fast. This one feels heavier and bulkier. It doesn't feel so fast, and the grip doesn't. I need a better grip. If I had a better grip on it, I think it'd make the whole knife feel better. Because right now, the way it feels, because I can feel the knife moving in my hand, and I don't like that feeling. I like the feeling of, you know, like having a secure grip. Like I can swing something as hard as I want, and it's not going to go anywhere. I can do whatever I want. I can swing. With this one, I'd be afraid to do that. No, I just want to get a better grip because it feels like I could lose control and the knife could fly out my hand. I could tear up some stuff. So I'm not going to do it. I'll do it on all of these with the Creighton grips. I have no fear of doing it with the Creighton grips, but I'm not going to do it with this one either. Well, actually, this one has a good grip because of the way it fits your hand. Your hand just like, so I can do it with this one too. With this one, I like the knife, but it needs a better grip. It needs a better grip. Now, I would highly recommend it, people. I think this is an awesome home defense knife. All you gotta do is put, you know, if you want to keep it a budget knife, just put some skateboard tape on it. And that's why I might do that too. I don't know. I might do that too because it's just gonna be, you know, the knife you got underneath your bed. You know what I mean? Where the hip where you sleep at. This is an emergency knife. This is what you can grab in the middle of the night when you hear noises. Absolutely love it. It's perfect for what I want it for. All right, people. I'm going to cut off there. That's too far. We're probably going on for a while now. All right. Peace out. Hope everybody's doing good today. Today's Thursday, September 22nd. Thursday, September 22nd. Peace out. Stiletto.